change its constitution so that black and Asian people can become members. It had been threatened with court action if it didn't abide by equality laws and scrap its whites-only membership policy. Our political correspondent Ross Hawkins was at Hornchurch for the vote.
Yeah, the BNP has decided to do this because they've been forced to do this by a court case brought by the Equality and Human Rights Commission. We can speak to the BNP leader now, Nick Griffin. Nick Griffin, this wasn't something you wanted to do. This wasn't a principled stand. It was something you had to do for legal reasons, wasn't it?
We had to do it for legal reasons. Many of our members think it's a good thing. A lot of people said we should have done it some time ago, but that's really by the by. Our problem with this is a government-funded, taxpayer-funded quango telling people who they can and can't associate with is a fundamental outrage. But nevertheless, we recognise legal reality, so we've done it. So now, for one thing, they can't call us racist anymore.
Until you changed it, you said only indigenous Caucasians could join your party. Do you think many members of an ethnic minority would want to join a party like that?
Well, that's up to them. I know for sure. A lot of people say embarking. I've met Asians, Sikhs especially, West Indians over the last few days campaigning, who said they're definitely voting for us because they or their parents came to a British Britain and they wanted to stay that way, and they recognise it only will if the native British peoples, the indigenous English, Scots, Irish and Welsh, remain the predominant majority and that our cultures and our values prevail. And there's plenty of members of ethnic minorities who agree that's a good thing. In the past we treated them as friends, and from now on, once the Commission agree it and the Court agrees it, we'll have them as members.
Now, you want to be seen as a normal party. I've just stood here and seen someone, I think a journalist, bundled out of that door by 5 or 6 men and forcibly ejected from this room. How can that have anything to do with a normal political party?
Because he's from the Times, which is owned by Rupert Murdoch, and it lies and it lies and it lies about this party. So he was told, we're sorry, you've told one lie too many, the Times, so we're not allowing anyone from the Times in, kindly leave. He refused to leave when he was asked, so he had to be encouraged to leave.
So this is a party where if you don't like what a broadcaster or a writer says, you will physically throw them out of the door?
Well, think about this. With the Labour Party, when an 82-year-old veteran of the Labour Party got up and heckled the Prime Minister, the Labour Party threw out one of their own members. We throw out a member of Rupert Murdoch's press team that lies and lies and lies about this party, and we'll carry on throwing the Times out until they report the truth. That's all we ask.
So just to clarify, if I say the wrong thing here, are one of these people going to try and throw me out that door, Nick Griffin?
If you utter some outrageous lie about me in the latter stage of this report, you won't be welcome again.
Nick Griffin, leader of the BNP, thank you very much for your time. So decision's been made. This isn't over yet. It's got to go back to court in March, where either the Equality and Human Rights Commission looks at this full constitution and says, yes, that's OK, or a judge decides it's OK. If it isn't, there could be an injunction forcing this party to have another look and to go through this whole process again. Back to you.
Ross Hawkins with that interview from Hornchurch in Essex at the BNP conference. Well, earlier I spoke to